Heyo, welcome into CHGO Bets Daily, presented by PointsBet. Use promo code CHGO when you sign up to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. Welcome into Studio B of our CHGO offices here in the West Loop of Chicago. I'm Sean Anderson, the host of CHGO Bets Daily. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Baseball is back. Shout out to Jack R in the chat. We're excited to talk MLB futures today, and I'm talking MLB futures with my guy, Cody Del Mendo. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. What's up, Cody?
I'm good, Sean. How are you, man?
I'm great. Just did the White Sox show with Herb. I'm going to be done with work by 1. What's there to complain about?
There's nothing to complain about, except when you walk outside and it's going to be hot as balls. But, that's okay.
It's the summer.
At least you could probably get in your car.
I'm a Leo, I'm used to the heat, I'll hide out in some shade in the air conditioned, it'll be all
What's
nice.
there to complain about? I'll tell you what there is to complain about.
Go.
Chris Sale being left off the CHGO best jersey.
Didn't you make it?
I'm kidding.
You could have gave yourself less of a headache there.
I'm just
with
trying
that
to
one.
rile you up, Sean.
Hey, I agree with your logic. Chris,
And also, Kevin made the list. I just put together the graph.
there you go. Chris Sale did not have a Cy Young. Chris Sale did not have a World Series. I looked over that list and did not even blink twice at seeing Arrieta. Did not even realize that Chris Sale was the number 49. That they had the same number until I walked into this room.
Admittedly, I didn't know that Chris Sale was number 49, so that's why I didn't.
Like, I knew it, but I didn't like. I'm not like, 49's iconic. Like, Chris Sale, awesome, super cool. Not a Sox legend. I mean, like, he is because like he had great stats, great performances for the Sox. 4-time All-Star for the Sox, former All-Star starter as well. Set the team record for strikeouts. Sox legend, for sure. One of the best pitchers to ever put on a White Sox uniform. But, like, he's not getting his jersey retired, Like, he's not next level. I don't think Arrieta is either, but he's a Cy Young.
I think at the end of his career, more people will remember him as a Red Sox, and that's mainly because he won there.
Right.
Both guys
Absolutely.
were really, really, really good pitchers at the top of their game. Sale had a longer stretch of being at his peak of his powers, but that Arrieta's peak was higher. Like, Arrieta's that 2-season run was one of the most dominant pitching performances ever.
He had the best second half ever. I don't think that he had a better 2-season stretch than Chris Sale. I would say Chris Sale.
Maybe not 2 seasons. Sorry, at that very peak.
It's like season and a half. I mean, he really had a great 15 overall. He got All-Star snubbed, and then had a 0.75 ERA in the second half of 2015. Then he started 2016 really well. He had a no-hitter, 2 no-hitters in that stretch. I mean, 2 World Series wins.
What's more dominant, 2015 and 16 or 2014 and 15? Pick your 2 Arrieta years.
I would say 14. I would say 15 and 16 were the most dominant. But people forget that he was good in 14 too, and he was also
top 10 in Cy Young
solid
in
17 too.
So how about this? We'll take 14 and 15 because those are basically both of their best years. Arrieta in 385 innings, a 2.08 ERA, and 403 strikeouts. Chris Sale in 382 innings, a 2.85 ERA, and 482 strikeouts. So Arrieta had a lower WHIP, higher ERA plus.
Both are
less
phenomenal.
Strikeouts.
Both are phenomenal.
I mean, Arrieta was better in those since over 14 and 15. So, and he's got the no hitters. So.
Not trying to start a debate here. Let's get back to the betting.
It's fine. It's sports, baby. Let's look at the bank. If you want to move on with the show, you want to move on with the show. Joey, did it even get you my bank total here? Come on.
I didn't give you it either.
What are you pushing?
I don't even have a bank total for you guys.
Yeah. I'm at $9.
I got $31.
I'm at $9.82. So I went down from $11 to $9, even though I went 3-1 on my All-Star bets. Cody, please make sense of that for me.
I can't. I got $31.
Congrats.
It would have been even if, the over just would have hit in that All-Star game.
Hey, same. I would have been above money. You don't have to make the bank. I was just kidding with you. I would have been swimming in cash, Cody. I would have had so much money I had no idea what to do with. What was that?
Yeah. We would have had the boat.
We would have had the boat. And here we are, boatless. I'm excited to talk futures with you because it was something we did obviously before the season. And hey, look at you. Joey popping up the bank right there.
Is that? Did he take a screenshot of Photoshop with it, or is
no?
it
He just
the screen
broadcasted the screen,
sharing the screen.
Oh, okay.
My guy.
Okay.
All right. Shout out to Joey. Joey producing us today. Yeah, it's definitely and literally Umper said Arrieta had the best stretch in 15 since Bob Gibson. So
a lot of Bob Gibson discussion today.
Pretty good company. But we're talking futures today. MLB futures. Cody, looking back on your MLB futures from before the season, what sticks out to you? What are you still riding with? What do you still got pending in your PointsBet account?
Well, unfortunately, I have to look at these every single day because I have free bets on them, so it's not like I can cash them out. But I feel like the one that still has some hope is maybe Toronto to win it all. Yeah. I got them at plus 1,300. They're at plus 1,600 now to win the World Series. Maybe second half get hot. Maybe they add a bat or an arm at the deadline here. I don't know. But yeah, that was one of my futures. I took Brendan Davis at the beginning of the year to win Rookie of the Year. Hasn't even made his Major League debut because he got hurt. So looking at that sucks. Oh, and then Luis Robert, AL MVP plus 2,800. I'm sure that the odds for that are much more juicier now. But again, second half could just erupt. Lead the White Sox all the way, to the playoffs. Who knows? Maybe it's a comeback. I doubt it. But because I use free bets on these, I got to stare at them until the season's over or until those awards are announced.
You got better odds. You got better chance of Jose Abreu winning the MVP than Luis Robert. You can get Luis Robert right now at plus, I think it's 15,000. So $1 wins you $150, $150. So hey, if you really want to ride Luis Robert,
yeah, it's free bets. I have a $25 free bet on it. I could win $700 if he just turns into God in the second half.
Hey,
which I've been told he's the next Mike Trout, so it could happen.
He is not.
Yeah, but during the season though, I did dabble on Christopher Morel to win NL Rookie of the Year. It's at plus 2,000. Still is on PointsBet, and he has at least put himself in the conversation. I think Seiya Suzuki has lower odds. I think if there's any Cub, he might be the one who actually wins it, but I don't know. But yeah, as far as baseball ones. Oh, and then I did take the Cubs over on season total wins, which that's just me being a moron. So
come on.
Yeah.
What was the over at?
75.5.
Oh, they can't. I mean, that's
not
done.
Gonna happen.
Cody thought that was a lock.
I did.
I
did. I'm a dumbass.
Don't say that. Come on, Cody.
No, I'm not smart.
Just that. Yeah. That's simple. He's not smart, folks.
Just that, and I'm jaded, and my Cubs fandoms, kind of showed there. It showed there. But, maybe you can argue injuries. Maybe you can just maybe
the Cubs stink, dude.
That's all I can really. That's really the only thing I could argue is injuries. That's the only thing I could say. But whatever.
I love you. Cubs stink, though. That's just the facts. We stinks. The futures that I currently got that I haven't cashed out. I got Sox to win the AL Central at plus 130. I got Josh Hader to win the Cy Young at plus 4,000. There you go. After I bet that, he's given up all of his earned runs. So that was a horrible bet, Cody.
He gave up a walk-off grand slam last week.
Yeah, I mean, he let the Cubs beat him. I mean, this guy's a trash of all trash. I also did put out I requested a bet on PointsBet back in the day. I put down money for Kyle Schwarber to win the NL MVP.
Nice.
Here we are. And guess what? I cashed it out.
You cashed it out.
Mm-hmm.
You should have just bet him to lead the National League in homers.
I should have. I should have done a Luke. I should have put
the over-under on his over-under on homers for the year, I think, was like 30 or 35, somewhere between 30 and 35. And he's going to surpass that unless he just has a huge second half slump.
He's going to have that by August 15th.
Yeah, probably.
Man. All right. The other two futures I have Clayton Kershaw to win the NL Cy Young. I don't know if that's going to happen, but he's been all right. And I also got Carlos Rodon to win the NL Cy Young as well. He's currently leading the NL in FIP, and I think he's also leading the NL in FWAR as well. So I feel pretty good about the Carlos Rodon one. We'll see if Kersh can carry me to the end, but I don't think that's going to happen. Kersh got a 2.13 ERA, so and a .9 WHIP. So maybe, just maybe, one of those Rodon or Kershaw ones will save me, but I'm not sure.
Maybe.
We'll
see.
We got more futures coming out for you. We'll be using the PointsBet app and their future odds right now. And the best way to support CHGO is to download the PointsBet app and use code CHGO when you sign up. If you do that right now, you get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. That's not it. If you make a $50 or more first-time deposit, you receive a free CHGO membership, which unlocks all of our web content, and you'll even get a free shirt of your choice from a CHGO locker. That's $2,000 in free bets, a free CHGO membership, and a free t-shirt from a CHGO locker, all for making more than a $50 first-time deposit at PointsBet. If you have any questions, you can email pointsbet@allchgo.com, and we'll help you out. PointsBet's your home for live and play betting, and it just got even better. If you see an edge in the game you're watching, if your favorite team is primed for a comeback, don't just watch the game, bet along with it live. There's more live markets, more live betting, and faster live cash outs with the PointsBet app. You can download the PointsBet app right now and use promo code CHGO when you sign up. So what are you waiting for? It's time to elevate your live betting game. Once the game starts, don't just bet. Live your bet life at PointsBet. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER for crisis counseling and referral services. Charles Ruby says we might not win more than 57. We're definitely not getting to 75, Cody. So let's try to get you back on track here with these futures.
I know. We're gonna go over our season predictions on CHGO Cubs today. So if you really want to come and just like make fun of me for an hour, like we'll see you at 4:30. Like it's gonna be bad for me. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be like make fun of Cody, like ask why he has this job. Why is he allowed to talk about the Cubs? Yes. 4:30. See you there.
I think you do a great job talking about the Cubs, so do not worry, Cody. It'll be great. And join Steve and Cody. You got Corey or just Ryan?
Ryan and Jared both coming in, so it'll be 4 of us today.
There you go. We got a full house on the CHGO Cubs show starting at 4:30. All right, let's first start at the World Series winner. You see any values in the World Series market here? Yankees favored at plus 350. Dodgers at plus 375, Astros at plus 500, Mets at plus 700, Braves at plus 900, and then everything else is over plus 1,000. Your Blue Jays at plus 16.
Yeah. It's so tough. You know how baseball works, dude. Like anything can happen in the playoffs, but like it's hard to not choose one of the Yankees or the Dodgers here. Like at that value at plus 350 or 375, like that's like it's not plus 2,000 like the Brewers are, but like the Yankees and Dodgers have far and away been the best teams in baseball this year. And to not like to get them at plus money now, like when the playoffs start, they're gonna be the overwhelming favorites, like top 2 favorites. And like so by the time September ends, they'll be around maybe plus 200 or plus 100, something around those odds. So you like, if you really believe in the Yankees or the Dodgers now, like it's a good time to bet them now. Yeah. If you did not bet them at the beginning of the year. So like me, like I took the Blue Jays at plus 1,300. I mean, I don't necessarily believe in it. So I guess if I were to place another winner here, I would probably honestly take the Dodgers. But again, like if you really want to find that long shot, like I don't know, maybe the Giants. I think the Giants can have a big second half run, plus 3,000.
They'd be a surprising team. I like the Astros. Astros seem like a really just great, solid team. I like them at plus 500. The Mets too at plus 700. I mean, I know those are the top 4 teams, but I do think that those teams really just look like clear and far away the 4 best teams in the major leagues. I did take the Yankees though at plus 350. I think it's just great odds right there. $1 can win you around like $9. So I think it's really just smart to do this. There's also next MLB team Juan Soto will play for. They do have this available. Ooh. Mets at plus 450, Yankees at plus 450, Dodgers at plus 550, Blue Jays at plus 650, Cardinals at plus 650, Giants at plus 700, Padres at plus 800, Mariners at plus 900, and then some fellow teams behind them. White Sox are the furthest favorite, plus 1,500, along with the Angels. Surprised to see this one, but if Juan Soto is traded, who will he play for?
Well, I put it in Slack, but I already placed the bet. I put the Yankees down. I'm actually kind of surprised by the odds for the Mets because I just don't see the Nationals trading Juan Soto to a team in their division. Right. So like I would like there's a reason that, none of the other teams except for the Braves, the Braves and Phillies are down there, but like I would be absolutely shocked if the Nationals actually trade that guy to a team in their division. I just think like I don't think a team is going to make that kind of trade where they sell half their farm for him and not make the extension happen. But I also just don't know if Boris will let Juan Soto make that deal because history shows that Boris clients go to free agency. So that's why I think the Yankees, because they might give him an offer that like he just can't refuse. Like that's why I like the Yankees at plus 450. My miserable soul thinks maybe the Cardinals have a shot at there, but I just don't know if they would give him the giant contract that
Well, hey,
he is commanding.
the PointsBet thing just says they have to be traded by August 2nd. So he doesn't have to sign a deal. You know what I'm saying? I understand you're thinking like long term, they wouldn't give up these prospects if they're not going to be able to sign them. But I like the Cardinals at plus 650. I think they got a lot of prospects that they can go out and get. They made trades for Arenado and Goldschmidt. They haven't sat on their hands before. I like them at plus 650. I like your point about the Mets and how the Nationals probably won't trade with them. I do like the Mets, though, just because they have a billionaire owner who has an evil amount of money that can just sign Juan Soto for like 1% of his wealth. It's real easy when you have an owner like that to sign good guys. But yeah, and I also, just because I'm a homer, I put 50 cents on the White Sox. Are they too cheap? Yes.
At least you have the option.
Jerry
I can't
Reinsdorf
even do it for the
yes.
Cubs.
What's that? Oh yeah, there are no Cubs on
at
there?
least they don't have the Cubs on here. Like at least you're in the running, man. Like I'd be so excited to just see my team on this list.
Hey, that's the best part about being a White Sox fan is we're always on the list and never the actual winner, right? Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. All right, let's go into some other ones. I do really like Dylan Cease to win the AL Cy Young. I think it's great odds for people who are looking for it. It was at plus 1,400. It's now at plus 900. I think now is the best chance to jump on it because it's not going to get any lower. Plus 900 is the highest it will be at for the rest of this year. I think that now is the time to take it. Shane McClanahan has been good. Justin Verlander has been good. Dylan Cease has been great since May 29th. He's been the best pitcher in Major League Baseball. He has found his slider. He's continued to use his slider the most in every single game. He's using his best pitch the most, Cody. That is a good reason for success. I think Dylan Cease wins the AL Cy Young this year. And at plus 900, I think it's great value.
I believe Cody had that as well.
I do. It's in my big three.
Hey.
Cease to win the Cy Young. You know why? Everything that Sean just said. Plus, why not just make me more miserable, right? Like, I mean, it would be in a season like this where the Cubs stink and the Cardinals are good and they have all these guys that could trade for Juan Soto. Why not? Just stick the stake in a little bit higher. Might as well make some money while I do it. Cease, you might have an Arrieta type second half, maybe. I mean, Arrieta, we said earlier, didn't make the All-Star team that year. Cease, it's the revenge tour. And it has been ever since he didn't make the All-Star team. I bet on his strikeout total the last two starts of his. I do like, as far as value, I really do actually like it though. And then I like St. Louis to win the NL Central. And when you look at the division winners right now, there's not a lot of really good value. Like the Mets and the Yankees and the Astros and the Dodgers, they're like heavy favorites to win there. So like if you want to find a long shot, maybe, but like as far as like a real one, I do like the Cardinals at plus 140. And the reason being is they have the offense, and I think that they're going to probably figure out the pitching before the end of the year. They do it every year. My heart is broken because of it. I'm a miserable baseball fan because of it. And with that said, I think Milwaukee will find a way to actually blow it this year because they almost did last year. And that the reason I think they miss the playoffs, I think the Giants are going to have a huge second half, and those wildcard teams are going to be the Braves, Giants, and the Padres. So because Tatis is going to come back for the Padres, they've been very good. I think, while the Padres, they have a really good offense. They got really good starting pitching. The Brewers, they have really good starting pitching, no doubt. But do they have the offense? Do they consistently have the offense? No, they don't. I've been saying that since the beginning of the year. So yeah, those are the three that I really like. Brewers to miss the playoffs at plus 275. I could also, I wouldn't be surprised if the Brewers find a way to still win the division. But looking at standings right now, like St. Louis is right there. It's not like St. Louis is 5 games back or anything like that. I just think only one team from the NL Central is going to make the playoffs. And with the NL West being as so good as it is, and the NL East as well, like I think that the Cardinals are going to pull this out, and
they're trading for
I'm
Juan
going to be
Soto.
rooting for them to lose. Yeah, and they could trade for Juan Soto. I mean, again, Christian Yelich has been very blah again this year. Unless he just figures it out finally after 2.5 years of not really being good. I mean, I just there's no reason to believe in that Brewers offense. So to get the Cardinals at plus 140 right now, I honestly kind of wish I had made this bet at the beginning of the year. But to get them at plus 140 now is not bad. And for again, you could say the same thing about the Padres. They were really good at the All-Star break last year and then really fell apart in the second half. But Machado's having an MVP caliber season. And, like I said, Tatis hasn't even played yet. He's going to be back. And they do have the starting pitching. Mackenzie Gore is in the NL Rookie of the Year chase. They still got a few other guys. I know Blake Snell hasn't been very good. They might actually trade him, honestly. I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if they're in the running for the trade for Wilson Contreras. So I think there's more upside with the Padres to make the playoffs there. And again, I do think the Giants are a game or a half game back in the NL wild card. They're not going to win the division, but to get in that third wild card spot, I think it could happen. So to get the Brewers to miss the playoffs at plus 275, I think that's really solid value.
It's good money. I like it, and I like using those markets as well. Getting outside of just the AL Central. Stop making fun of me, Joey. AL Central. The guy's on his phone. It's just mocking my hands. You're the worst, Joey.
I am on my phone. Can't get enough of these Sox trolls on Twitter.
Oh my God, Joey's going to be doing this all day. But I love the market that you're exploring there. I like the miss or won't make playoffs. I'll probably have to slam the Twins to not make the playoffs after you've thrown those out there. AL MVP, I would avoid. Shohei Ohtani at minus 110 will probably win the award. If you're a Judge guy at plus 140, maybe, but Cody's giving you stuff at plus 140 that I like more. AL Cy Young, again, Shaden McClanahan is the odds-on favorite, plus 200. We like Dylan Cease in that one at plus 900. NL Cy Young, Sandy Alcantara is at minus 135. Do you like anyone in this one? Burns at plus 600 seems like a good deal, but Alcantara, in my mind, has been by far the best pitcher in the NL. But I mean, Burns, he has a great year. I mean, if anyone can have a great second half, it's probably Corbin Burns. So plus 600 is definitely something to look out for.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to place the bet on Alcantara at minus 135. I genuinely wonder what it was at the beginning of the year. But if I would take a long shot here, maybe a guy like Musgrove or Max Fried, maybe.
Carlos Rodon at plus 2,000.
Yeah. I mean, I don't dislike it. You know what I mean? Like, I know, you scroll down this list and you're like, oh, Jacob deGrom at plus 10,000. Like, could he have just an insane second half to just win the Cy Young?
He just got hurt again. That guy's never going to pitch again.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he get hurt again? Damn,
yeah, he had another setback.
Oh, that sucks. Okay.
NL MVP, I hate to say it, but Paul Goldschmidt's your leader at plus 100. You like any long shot on that one? I think that's probably your best odds. I do like Schwarber at plus 2,500, but the Phillies would need to have to go on one hell of a run.
Yeah, Goldschmidt's had a great season. I've had to watch it way too much. Machado was right up there in that conversation. At plus 550 is not bad value. You scroll down a little bit. Maybe if Juan Soto is traded and it stays in the National League, I mean, who knows? Like, he could be the real difference maker. A lot of these, I always feel like these MVP and Cy Young awards are decided on just these huge second halves. Like, we were just talking about Arrieta, and he had a solid first half in that 2015 season, but then he, again, 0.75 ERA in the second half, and that led to him to getting the Cy Young award. Like, if you're just solid in that first half, but then just really are the game changer for your team in the second half, anything could happen. So I don't know, Juan Soto plus 5,000, like maybe that's a long shot. If he gets traded and like is a National League team, obviously it'd be very weird if you made this bet and then he gets traded to Yankees, like I think he will, and like then it's just like fuck. But yeah, I would wait until after the All-Star break. But again, yeah, Goldschmidt at plus 100, might as well take it now because it's probably gonna be minus money sometime in the next month.
If we're looking at real long shots too, in that same area, I like Acuna Jr. at plus 5,000. Maybe he just has a torrid second half, and the Braves have the best record in the NL or whatever. And
they're right there for that division too.
Right. So if Acuna helps lift them, maybe he ends up getting it. Final one: American League Rookie of the Year and NL Rookie of the Year. Avoid AL Rookie of the Year because it's going to be Julio Rodriguez's award at minus 350. It's not worth it. But I do like NL Rookie of the Year Spencer Strider at plus 175. Him and his teammate Michael Harris are the top two favorites at plus 175 and plus 200. Spencer Strider has been better, more dominant. I think his success is easily more replicable than Harris's, so I'll go Spencer Strider. Both are Braves guys.
That's what I thought. I couldn't remember. Yeah, no, I mean, I haven't really got a chance to really check those guys out, but this
Seiya's in the list at plus 1,100.
He is, but it was also like plus 350 at the beginning of the year. Like he's like been going up and down, and like he came back from injury and he's been very good in July. So he would have to just really light it up the rest of the year for him to really have a chance. Again, like I said, I have Christopher Morel at plus 2,000. It hasn't moved since I made the bet. But stat wise, he has put himself at least in the running for it. If I was to choose anyone else, I really like O'Neal Cruz at plus 700. He's going to be a stud for the Pirates. He's going to give me a lot of pain. He's very good. But Strider and Harris playing for the Braves, a good team. They're probably going to get more attention. So I understand why they're the two favorites.
Yeah, and I mean, Seiya injured too. I mean, but hey, if Seiya has a great second half, maybe he's able to overtake those guys.
And Nolan Gorman, I mean, he came on the scene, lit the world on fire for like a month, and he's kind of struggled since then. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if he just gets hot here in the second half and makes a run. Mackenzie Gore also a solid choice. He's going to be a stud for a long time. These Rookie of the Year awards, it's so hard to tell because it's really fluctuated this year. It's gone up and down a lot of different. It depends on how you're playing at the time, right? Like, I don't know. I think Seiya being out for those 6 weeks really going to hurt him, so I wouldn't bet it. Morel has been healthy since he's came up, and he's been very good. Like that would be my long shot. That's me being a Cubs fan, so take that with what you will. But as far as anyone else, I really do like O'Neal Cruz.
I think there's enough value in Strider at plus 175. It's still plus money. That's what we love on this show.
True.
So
I
go Strider. I think he's gotten a lot of great results, and it seems like the most real thing out of all these rookies. But that's going to do it for CHGO Bets Daily. Appreciate Cody jumping on. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. He'll be on the CHGO Cubs show at 4:30 with Ryan Herrera, Jared Willis, and Luke Stuckmeyer, a.k.a. Steve. Appreciate the insight for the MLB futures, and hopefully we win a ton of money off of this, right? We want to be buying that boat real soon.
Right. Again, like I said with my big three, like, hedge your emotions, guys. Like, it's a good way to make money. So that's how I'm doing it. And who knows? We'll see if the Blue Jays find a way to win the World Series.
And shout out to Charlie Ruby, who says Juan Soto is somehow younger than O'Neal Cruz. That's why trading for him would not be a mistake for any team. He is the greatest hitter of our lifetime.
I was going to say that too.
Okay.
Anybody should trade for Juan Soto. Literally give up whatever you have to give up. We've got 3 baseball guys. That should be said out loud. The Red Sox traded Mookie Betts away for Alex Verdugo. Like they know he's not going to sign, so they have to trade him for pennies on the dollar. Any team would be smart to trade for him.
Right.
It does not matter what you give up.
I mean, literally, like if you look at players who through their 23-year-old season who has played at least like 200 games, like it's Ted Williams and Juan Soto who have the highest on-base percentages as 23 years or younger. Like, he's better than Mickey Mantle was. He's better
going to be
Joe
one of the best
DiMaggio
hitters.
was.
He's going to be one of the best hitters of all time.
Ever. He's 23. Yeah. What the I mean, come on. You could sign him to a 15-year contract. You wouldn't even be 40.
Right. I would trade Wrigleyville. I would trade Wrigleyville.
I trade Luis Robert.
Yeah. The only thing that's held me back is if you trade for him and he doesn't sign the extension right away. And as someone who had to go through that with one of the Cubs core members, like
Cody,
it's not fun. I'm just saying,
your owner's
I'm
cheap.
just being real.
That's it. I mean, my owner's cheap too. It's glass houses here, but
he's shown to not be cheap. But in recent,
why'd all those guys walk?
I don't think that I think they walked because they didn't get they wanted to test free agency. I honestly think that was
because they weren't getting enough money from the Cubs.
Perhaps. I don't know. Chris Bryant made more money than he would have if he would have signed the extension in 2017, I get it.
Right, but if they offered him a $187 million contract, he would have accepted it.
Yeah. Well, they also offered Javi Baez $180 million after 2019, and then the pandemic happened. Maybe that was a factor. I don't know, but he didn't sign it. Anthony Rizzo, Anthony Rizzo is a different. I think it's completely different. He's like 31. He probably wants a longer term deal, and the Cubs didn't want to do that. And now he's playing for a contract right now. He's gonna earn it for sure. I don't know if it's the years or if it's the money. Probably is a little bit of both, but I think all three of those guys are completely like different scenarios compared to Soto. I honestly, I would trade anything. If you were to tell me that he would for sure sign an extension with my team, whatever team I like, then yes, I would trade anything for it. But to make that trade and then you only have him for technically 2 more years after this, like it's tough. To me, that's tough.
Agree.
That type of prospects, you have to resign.
You got to figure that if you're trading for him and you're a big market, he's going to resign. And also, you got to assume that it's going to take a little bit less than what you might think, just because the Nationals know that he's not interested.
Right.
It's $33 million.
It's not that I even think that the Cubs wouldn't give him the money. Like if they were to offer 15 years, $500 million or whatever, great. Like I wouldn't be surprised if the Cubs did that. But will he actually accept that now?
I don't think he wants that. I think he wants more leverage with, like, I think he'll have a higher AAV, but like I wouldn't be surprised to say just like, listen, I don't want to be locked into this team for 15 years, but any team's going to pay me 40 or 50 million over, the course of a given season. So it's just a matter of years.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets up to $500 million for 15 years, it's $33.3 million a year. So, if I'm looking at that number, looking at Manny Machado's contract and looking at Bryce Harper's contract, no one regrets those. Juan Soto's a better player. He's younger. Let's just stop doing this. I mean, if this was Mookie Betts, I'd be saying this too. He's an incredible player. So I don't know. And Jack say nobody's worth $440 million. I think that guy is. Patrick Mahomes definitely is worth $500 million, and I don't think the Chiefs regret that. Anyways, that's Cody Del Mendo. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. Check out the Cubs show at 4:30. Thank you to Joey for producing the show. Appreciate you. And I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. You can follow the Bets account at CHGO_Bets. Appreciate Charlie, Jack, Little Yumper all hanging out with us, and we will talk to you tomorrow when we are millionaires.